Today we are going to discuss a poem Invictus written by William Ernest Henley. Now, Invictus was written by the English poet William Ernest Henley, and the poem is a short Victorian written in 1875 and published in 1888. In order to completely understand the meaning of the poem, it is important to know the life of William Ernest Henley. As a young boy, Henley developed tuberculosis of the bone at the age of 25. The tuberculosis spread to his foot. Physicians decided that in order to save Henley's life, they must amputate his leg below the knee. While in the hospital bed, Henley wrote the poem Invictus. The poem Invictus is made up of 16 lines and is divided into 4 stanzas. The rhyme scheme is ABAB, CD, and so on. The writing is short and contains just 8 syllables to each line. Now, the poem Invictus is a very beautiful poem. Please read aloud. Out of the night that covers me, black as the pit from pole to pole, I thank whatever gods may be for my unconquerable soul. In the fell clutch of circumstance, I have not winced nor cried aloud. Under the burgeonings of chance, my head is bloody, but bowed. Beyond this place of wrath and tears looms but the horror of the shade, and yet the menace of the years finds and shall find me unafraid. It matters not how straight the gate, how charged with punishment the scroll. I am the master of my fate, I am the captain of my soul. So, explanation of this poem. Out of the night that covers me, black as the pit from pole to pole, I thank whatever gods may be for my unconquerable soul. So, instead of succumbing to despair, Henley was able to be thankful that though his body was beaten, his soul was not. And in this first line, night is a metaphor for suffering as he was suffering from disease, tuberculosis. So it's a suffering of any kind. And the speaker compares the darkness of his sufferings to the blackness of a hellish pit stretching from North Pole to South Pole. Means everywhere. Pole to pole means everywhere. It is everywhere. And in line 4, unconquerable establishes the theme and the link with the title called Invictus. Invictus means unconquerable. So, saying that out of the night that covers me, black as the pit from pole to pole, I thank whatever gods may be for my unconquerable soul. So, the poet is explaining, although there are sadness, despair everywhere, I cannot see a ray of hope anywhere. Ray of hope I cannot see. But still I am thankful. I am giving thanks to my God that my soul is still not conquerable or unconquerable. You cannot conquer my soul. You can defeat my physical body, but you cannot defeat me. And now the next line. In the fell clutch of circumstances, I have not winced nor cried aloud. Under the burgeoning of chance, my head is bloody, but unbowed. So here the poet is saying, even in the midst of horrible circumstances, Henley refused to let life defeat him. But instead, he rose up and fought back. Believes that simply fate happened to him and he was still in control of his own destiny. He has high spirits. Regardless of what happened, his body may have bloodstains, but he is not ashamed. So, the meaning of fell clutch of circumstances means deadly grip, tightly. And winced not cried aloud means draw back as with fear or the pain. or the burgeonings of chance means overcome. Now see, although I'm tightly gripped with this, deadly gripped with these circumstances or the situations, that situation which is actually imposed on me, right? And I have not winced, not cried aloud. I have not winced, not cried aloud. So in fear, I'll not ask for any help. I will not withdraw also, right? Under the burgeonings of chance, my head is bloody but unbowed, and I know how to overcome this situation. And saying that believes that simply fate happened to him, and he was still in control of his own destiny. So still, the poet was thinking that I can control my own destiny, and that is why whatsoever that thing happened in his life, he was thinking maybe that my body have blood stains, but I'm not ashamed of anything. So he was not afraid, he was not scared. You can say he was not scared. Beyond this place of wrath and tears looms but the horror of the shade, and yet the menace of the years finds and shall find me unafraid. So here the poet is saying in a simple way that even though he may not know what is to come, he is unafraid and ready for life. Even though he may not ready, I do not know what is to come in my life, but I am not afraid. I am ready to face those challenges. That is why the title of the poem is Invictus. He has chosen this beautiful title. Invictus means unconquerable. So horror, endless belief after life, and shade means death, and menace means source of danger. Now see, it matters not how straight the gate, how charged with punishment the scroll. I am the master of my fate, I am the captain of my soul. So, despite the narrow gate, the fell clutch of circumstances, and the burgeonings of chances, Henley, with the punishment allotted to him, will still pass the gate. Though his future has been established with the disease, he will continue on and control his fate and soul. Fate may delegate us to something unchangeable or uncontrollable, but after all, we are the one in control of our destiny and soul. You control your own fate, anyone else ever will. In this world that brings us destruction, we can still be victorious through our own life. So straight means narrow or the restricted gate. So he's saying it matters not how straight the gate. So he was saying, the poet was saying that this is war. It matters not for me whether the gate is narrow or restricted. How charged with the punishment, how much the punishment that you have given me. Why? It doesn't matter. Why it's not matter? Because I am the master of my fate. Because I am the captain of my soul. My soul. I am the captain. I know how to guide my soul. I know how to control my soul. And that is why the last two line, I am the master of my fate, I am the captain of my soul. It shows the victorious, the victorious attitude of the poet. Now, the thing, in the very beginning of the poem, the poet says that he wants to thank God. In fact, he admits that his life has no ray of hope. Rather, his future seems to be dark as a pit. But then also he is grateful to God for his unconquerable soul. Invictus is a poem which focuses on the human spirit and its ability to overcome adversity. It is rallying crying for those who find themselves in dark and trying situations, who have to dig deep and fight for their lives. The poet certainly knew hard times and needed all his strength to battle against disease. Thank you so much.